guys, welcome to Japan. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, we're going to Japan and we're going to travel from Tokyo Narita Airport to Osaka City down south. And we would like to share with you one of the most popular questions when you go to Japan. So is JR Pass worth buying? And we can tell you that based on this video and based on our previous travel that it actually is, especially if you're going to different prefectures in a couple of days. So for our trip, we traveled to Japan and stayed there for almost 2 weeks. And we made sure that we prepared a costing for the different routes and trains that we're going to take in order to get from one place to another. Okay, so our journey to getting a JR pass actually began even before we boarded the plane to Tokyo. And we had to purchase a JR pass from Changi Recommend. So we're flying from Singapore and we can only do the purchase either via Klook or via Changi Recommends. And based on your cost comparison, Changi Recommends offer a better value or a better price compared to Klook. But we still love you, Klook, don't worry. And so we got our JR pass vouchers. It's not yet the pass, it's just a voucher that you need to exchange once you get to Tokyo. And we got two tickets because our toddler still is free. So we don't need to actually get him. So parents, if you're watching and if you have a toddler, you don't need to get your kids a JR Pass ticket yet. Only the adults need it. So that's one less ticket for you to worry about. And once you get to Tokyo Narita Airport, there is this JR East Travel Center um, in Terminal 1, and that's where you can exchange your vouchers to get your JR Pass tickets. Okay, so to share with you how we decided to get a JR Rail Pass versus just an ICOCA or Suica, this is how we did it. Okay, so basically you just head out to Google Maps and plot the areas that you want to visit. So for us, we're coming in from Tokyo, Narita. So you just input it there and then your destination. So we went there in January, and the plan was coming from Narita, we go straight to Osaka, so we get the most out of the day. We arrived at 8:30, and then you just kind of check your destination. So from Tokyo Narita to Shin-Osaka. So you actually have two options. It's either Shin-Osaka or Osaka City. So those two are two different stations, right? We did put the Shin-Osaka station because it's where we are nearest. I mean the hotel. It's where we are nearest to the hotel. So if you can see, the price for the Tokaido Shinkansen alone is 6,020 yen. If you use the Narita Express train plus the Tokaido San, basically what we did, and if you buy a JR pass, mind you, the Narita Express to Tokyo is already included. So you don't have to find any other transportation, be it bus or Uber or any private hire cars. So it's super convenient. So we got this one, the Narita Express and the Shinkansen to Shin-Osaka, and the price basically is 7,330 yen one way. So if you're doing multi-prefectures like this one, and if you're in Osaka and you plan to visit Kyoto and Nara, what we basically decided is that it is best for us to get the JR Pass train because remember, this is 7,330 yen. The price of the JR Pass, this one, ordinary, is $303. So this is in Singapore dollars, okay? So for 7 days, it's 303 Singapore dollars. And if we sort of convert it to yen, the price is 30,289 yen. So again, the price of a JR Pass is 30,289 yen. So it varies depending on the forex of the time you bought it. But for this instance, the price is 30,289 yen. That's for Changi recommends. So if you're coming from Singapore, this is the price. And if for Klook, the price is $308 for the Japan Rail Pass. So since we're coming from Tokyo and we're going to Osaka, and we also did Osaka to Kyoto via JR Pass, and then we went to Nara. Uh, Basically, when you do the math, 7,330 yen times 2 is already 34,000 yen. That's Tokyo to Osaka and Osaka to Tokyo. So by that alone, we can see that the value of the JR Pass is already well worth it. We still haven't talked about the local JR trains that is included in the JR Pass, plus the buses. So that's it. Maybe you can also do something like this. And we hope this part of this video helps you decide if it's actually worth it for you. Yay! So touchdown Shin-Osaka station, and thankfully we're done with the math part of the video. So right now I'm just going to give you a rundown of what happened thus far. So we arrived at Tokyo Narita Airport. We exchanged the vouchers to get our JR Rail Pass, booked tickets for the Narita Express train to Tokyo, and then transferred to Tokyo um, using the Tokaido Shinkansen line to Shin-Osaka. So now we're here finally at Shin-Osaka station, and we're on our way to our hotel that the next video would actually talk about. So, one of the most mind-blowing things we actually experience in Japan, right now that we have a toddler and that we have a stroller, is that we keep on following those dotted lines, right? So in Singapore, if you see those dotted lines anywhere, it most probably will lead you to an elevator. In Japan, it's not usually the case. So it can either lead you to another door or another uh, Narnia opening. I don't know, but it was a bit of a challenge for us coming from that kind of knowledge. So for when we were transferring, we had a couple of um, misdirection because we keep on following those yellow dotted lines, as you can see. Um, and sometimes they lead us to the elevator, sometimes they lead us to an escalator, and sometimes they lead us to the ticket vendor machines. So there. This part basically we just uh, got our ICs. Well, at least we tried to get our ICOCAs from here, from this ticket vending machine. But however, we kind of got in the wrong card. So we bought a multiple journey ticket, and that's not what we're looking for. So we sought help from this kind gentleman right here to clarify where we can get our ICOCA. And he was kind enough to tell us that, and that we can actually refund this ticket that is 3,300 yen. So we got two tickets and we spent 6,600 yen for a wrong ticket. And the happy part is that we got to refund it at the information booth right here. So you just hand out your tickets if ever you come into the same predicament. You just hand them over and then you ask them to refund it because you mistakenly bought that instead of an ICOCA. And I'm totally mind blown because just before maybe a minute or less. It's this part. We're going to get the refund in probably less than a minute or two. It was super fast. And we got the refund, and then we thanked the um, kind staff for helping us and giving us that tip. And on our way to the correct vending machine, we just waved thank you to that kind staff who helped us, and we're super excited to get our ICOCA at this point because we're very excited to check it to the hotel. And surprise, uh, the kind gentleman from the booth followed us and make sure that we get what we needed, helped us dispense the ICOCA. It was super, super nice. It's actually mind blowing how accommodating the Japanese people are. We experienced this the first time we were there 5 years ago, and we're very happy to experience it again this time. And so finally, when we got our ICOCA, we're now ready to move on to our next adventure. But for now, this is we end this first part of our Japan 2023 winter series. So that is how you travel from Narita to Osaka, and maybe you can decide if JR Pass also is worth it for you for your next trip. So if you find something useful in this video, we hope you can like it. Maybe you can share it to your friends or family, or maybe you can share it on your page so you can remember this tip. Thank you so much for watching and for listening to this very long video, but we hope you learned something and we hope we helped you. And we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye.